This is my exact morning routine as a 23-year-old building his own empire. Bit of context before I start, just to make sure that you understand where I am in the exact step of the process, because I want to be as clear and as transparent with you guys as possible. So, I am 23 going on 24, and I've been building myself over the past 4 years and just learning as many things as I can, not only physically but also mentally, and creating and building myself a business, my skills, my assets, you could say everything, my relationships, my network, all of it encompassing into the man I am today. And so, of course, building this YouTube channel is part of it, but I wanted to share with you guys exactly what I do on a day-to-day basis by not just looking at the broad scopes and the overarching things, but I wanted to go a little bit deeper into detail to give you guys a bit more of an example of what I do exactly, action by action. I saw a couple other people do this, but I was thinking, if there are some of you guys that watch my channel on a day-to-day basis, or if you have never watched the channel before, welcome. And I post every single day. I want to share with you guys my lessons in my journey on this, I guess, planet. And I wanted to make sure that I give back to you guys so that you kind of have I guess a way that you could see me do things and talk about things and get some ideas in your mind as to what you could do in your own life as well. So let's just start at the beginning. So what I do is, since I don't have a job, I wake up usually around the same time without an alarm clock. Now, I've conditioned myself over the past couple years, I'd say maybe like 2 years, to really make sure that I can wake up at the same time without an alarm clock. And I can wake up early to start the day and just get as many tasks done in the morning as I can, because I am more productive in the morning. So what I usually do is, and I'm going to be going over everything from how I do it, to what I eat, to what are the actions I take, to what is the work I do, to what is the go a little bit of like into business, what I do for the YouTube, what I do for the content, what I do for most of everything that I do on a day-to-day basis. So let's just start. Like I mentioned, I wake up usually around 5 to 6 a.m. every single day. So I do this without an alarm clock. I live in New Zealand, so the time difference might be a little bit different if you're living in the States or if you're living in Europe, because daylight hours is a little shorter, I think, here. So I wake up, it's nighttime, roughly 5 to 6 a.m. Usually what I do is I check my notifications first thing. I check everything in terms of business. If somebody has sent me a text, has sent me something important, I analyze everything, and then I look at my schedule. What did I schedule out the day before, so that way I know exactly what I need to do. Okay, then I throw the sheets aside, hop in the shower, take a hot steaming shower in the morning. What I do is I scrub my entire body down and I wash my hair twice, and then I put some product in it. So as you can see, my hair can actually stand up, so that way it's not drooping over my forehead, and it actually looks a little more, I guess, presentable. Sometimes it kind of looks like I put too much product in it. I guess maybe this time might be that case, but it's fine. So what I usually do is this. So wake up, hop in the shower, boom, clean everything up, then hop out of the shower, put something warm on, and then I usually make myself some breakfast really quick. So that would be 4 eggs with a little bit of like blueberries in a bowl, with usually I get like one whole orange, and one whole grapefruit, and then 1 banana, like maybe like 10 to 20 grams of peanuts, and then 2 cups of tea, and then green tea, and then that's pretty much it. And then while I'm doing that, I'm usually looking at the lessons on my computer. I'm a part of a group online where I've got a couple of people mentoring me and telling me like what to do, when to do it, and they post lessons there every single day. So usually that's the time where I watch my daily lessons in the morning if they're available, and basically just go over everything. Type in good morning in the chat, type in good morning to all the people I need to talk to today, and then from there I start getting ready. So I usually cast the warm stuff aside. I might put on some laundry, all that kind of stuff, and then what I do is I prepare the content setup. So I've got my, I guess if I show you, it's very simple. I've got my tripod here. It's kind of like an easy, I bought this, it's very practical actually, to actually set my camera up like this and just record with a light behind it. It might have costed me like $60 NZ, so that would be like $40 USD for this tripod thing, light, whatever. Very useful, would recommend. Plug that into my computer so that way I've got the light like this, and then record the video. Well, get dressed before, might be a little bit more important. So get dressed, groom myself if I need to, and then set up the tripod, and then start recording the video. I've got a list of topics on my iPhone in my notes app. I look at, okay, what's the next topic I need to talk about? Usually I plan that out the day before, and then I just record it, sit there, boom, that's where I'm at right now. So usually what I do after that is, by this time it's roughly like 8 a.m. So roughly what I do at this time is I put my shoes on, I go outside, and I go to a coffee shop. And at that coffee shop, I work for like maybe like 1, 2, max 3 hours on my laptop. Actually, I used to listen to music whenever I used to do this, but I found there's quite a, I guess, nurturing. I don't know if nurturing is the right word. It's more like a comforting vibe whenever there's a lot of people talking around me, because it kind of drowns out my own thoughts in my brain, and so that way I know I can focus on one specific task at a time, and it's actually very easy for me to do that when there's a lot of noise around me, and not like super loud obnoxious noise, but just background noise is what I'm talking about. I hate when somebody's like, one specific person is speaking louder than everybody else. I have to tell them to shut the fuck up. So usually I sit there with, I actually started doing this quite recently, no music, so that way you never know who sits next to you, and you start a conversation with them, and you bump into someone interesting, you know? So that's what I usually do. Otherwise, I get a water and a tea. That usually is like a black tea, so that way there's a little bit of caffeine in it, so that way I get the energy like pumping inside of me, and then I usually work for 2 to 3 hours on that. Once I'm done, I go back home. I might meet a couple people on the way because I'm a regular in a lot of different spots. So I meet some people, I say hi to some people. I might there's a few things that I might do. I might either drop off the suit at the dry cleaners, or I might pick it up, or I might, what else might I do? I might just go buy something really quick that I need. I do recommend buying some chewing gum, so that way your breath doesn't smell like absolute shit. I also recommend brushing your teeth before you leave home in the morning. This is what I do. And then after, just before going to bed, doing that there. So going back to the schedule, it would be, once I'm done with my work, I get back home, I sit down on my computer, I schedule out this video. So basically I've uploaded it to like a Google photo album, and then I go in there, download the video on my computer. I go into ChatGPT, I tell them the entire topic and what I talked about on that video. I get some ideas for the title, the thumbnail, and the description. Then I put everything together. I make the thumbnail in Canva. I then look at, I write everything up. So title, thumbnail, description, write everything up, then schedule that out, post it. Usually I post it around noon or 1 p.m. NZ time. So that would be maybe like 5, 6 p.m. US time central, I think. I'm not too sure. I haven't checked on that completely, but that's usually when my long form videos are posted. From that point on, it's roughly 11:30, maybe 11 a.m., maybe tops noon. And then from there, what I do is I get ready for the gym. I put my stuff in the bag, I go to the gym, I have my session, usually like 30 minutes to an hour. Usually the kind of exercises I do are more focused on calisthenics. I do some push-ups, I do some pull-ups, I do some chin-ups, I do some dips, I do a little bit of everything, honestly. Some abs, I guess some kind of gymnastics on the pull-up bar as well. Otherwise, I just do what makes me feel good, because that's the whole point of going to the gym, is looking good and feeling better about yourself. So that's how I do that at the gym. I say hi to a couple people, have a good time, then pack up my shit, go home, and then I sit down and I have my first big meal of the day. Usually I do 2 chicken thighs, actually, because the chicken thighs are actually more balanced than the chicken breasts, and the chicken breasts are fucking dry as fuck when I cook them. So I haven't really found a way to cook them. I might look that up, actually. It might be a good idea, because chicken breast has a lot of protein in it. But I usually get chicken thighs, some rice, some eggs, and I add a little bit of seasoning in there, some herbs, and maybe some vinegar, and then boom, got my first meal of the day. That makes me full. I don't really feel hungry until the evening anymore, so that's perfect for me. After I'm done eating, usually I've got a few different tasks that I've planned. Usually it's either schedule out some content, so it's either basically I sit down on my computer, I go on CapCut, and I find some videos online that I've found throughout the day or that I find right then and there, and then I download them, I edit them, I put a spin on it, and I chuck them on shorts on either YouTube, or I create some more content. I record myself, hey, talking about da-da-da-da-da on a specific topic for my Instagram, for my business. I post there every single day as well. I post so one reel, then the next day one short, then one reel, then one short, and then I alternate basically. So I do that on Instagram. I've been starting to repurpose my content on LinkedIn as well for my business portfolio. And then if I need to do something specific like client work, I might switch that out in the morning time at the coffee shop. I might either do client work or some reaching out to businesses, basically just building more rapport with them and networking. Otherwise, I might do that later in the afternoon, just after I do more content, or I might do that instead of the content. From there, it roughly is maybe 3 or 4 p.m. From there, I might take a small perspicacity walk. I like to take a walk around town, or I might like to look at some videos, just to chill out with a cup of tea or whatever for a couple minutes. It might be 15 minutes, it might be 30 minutes, just to take a change of mind, basically. And then from there, what I like to do is either get back to work if there's a very, very important task. Like recently, I've been working on a meta ads campaign for a client in the States. So I've been just working on that, just analyzing the data, working on it, improving it. So that's what I've been doing at the time. Then roughly around 5 p.m., I live with a family member. He's flying with me in the other room right now. So usually around that time, he's done with work. So he gets home by 5 p.m. Then I have a chat with him. We have a good time. We exchange some ideas. I ask him some feedback on a couple of things. And then from there, I wrap up my day around 6 p.m. I do all of the scheduling for tomorrow. So what I do is I use Google Calendar and I schedule out exactly what I'm going to do when I'm going to do it tomorrow. So for instance, I might completely change the schedule tomorrow because I've got something more important on the task. Maybe I've got a meeting, maybe I need to do some in-person outreach, I need to go out there on talk to businesses or something like that. And so I need to reorient my schedule. So usually I do the schedule first, then I tap into the online platform where I'm a part of it, where I'm talking with all of my mentors and all that sort of stuff. And I ping them and I say, hey, this is what I've done today. What do you think about it? Or this is what I've done. I'm done with this. I've done this. I've done this. And I basically just keep myself accountable with other people, friends, online people that I've met, and the mentors within the same group that I'm a part of. And then I might also have a call with my business partner, which I'm also keeping myself accountable with. And we're just like, I guess, chatting and doing the same old, just working harder, having a strategic meeting like once in a while. Otherwise, we're pretty like disciplined with the schedule, I guess. From there, it might be like 7 p.m. Around 7 p.m. what I usually do is I wrap up what I need to do. If I have more things to do, more things to think about, I might write them down on a piece of paper, or otherwise I might just like, I guess, do the same old. Maybe if I have more client work that's very urgent, I'll do that then. And then I might cook myself like I guess it's kind of winter in in New Zealand, which is kind of funny. So I might make me some bowl of soup, or get some cheese, or like get like a tiny bit of sustenance, like a very small snack, a healthy snack in the evening, so that way I don't go to bed on an empty stomach. Because usually I'm not that hungry, but I just don't want to go to bed with an empty stomach, because otherwise I don't sleep very well. So that's what I usually do. After 7 or 8 p.m, usually what I do is I have saved a bunch of stuff to my watch later tab, I guess. And so usually I go through that and I'm like, okay, this is actually an interesting lesson, or this is actually an interesting thing to talk about, or this is something I really wanted to learn or really wanted to listen to, or it's just something that I found entertaining that I really wanted to watch for a long time. And I like to reward myself at the end of the day when I'm winding down just before going to bed. I might either do that or read a book. Right now I'm reading The Prince by Machiavelli, and so yeah, pretty good book. I'm just starting it actually. Don't read that many books. I usually only read the books that I find useful. Otherwise, I might work on a side project. I've got a side project at the time. I haven't told this to many people, but I love writing stories. So I've been working on this side project of mine where I'm basically just writing stories, building like a world in like a fantasy setting. So I might do that like maybe once a month, once a week. I don't know. It really depends. I don't really work that much on it because it's not a priority right now. The priority is just making more money so I can be more financially stable. But the whole point is this schedule is basically created entirely from A to Z to have people like myself to become more disciplined, more orientated. I know exactly what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. And I always think to myself, okay, how can I do better? How can I do it faster? How can I do it more efficiently? And so this is like basically the schedule what helps me. So I use Google Calendar, just to remind you guys, and I might show you, I might just do this. I might show you an example of what my calendar looks like, and you can pause the video and zoom in, like take a screenshot and zoom in on it if you want, and just look at it and break down, okay, when does he do it? How does he do it? Like, what does that look like for yourself? So that way you can also schedule out your day. I would heavily recommend for those who have never really done this to do it, because it allows you to take full control of your time, and it allows you to really just like get as many things done as you can. You actually have a lot more time in your day if you actually schedule things out right. If you actually schedule things out correctly, you can actually get a lot of stuff done. I fucking noticed. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's what I do as a 23-year-old entrepreneur, I guess you could call me. And yeah, I hope this was insightful and helpful. Maybe some of you guys could come up with something or give me some feedback in the chat. If you have any in the comments, if you have any questions on this specifically, feel free to ask those there. And yeah, I'm happy to help. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you guys watching until the end of the video. As per usual, like, comment, subscribe. I post every single day. It's a beautiful day, no clouds. It's time to get back to work. Time to go to the coffee shop now. And I will see you in the next one tomorrow. See ya.